Hey guys, so I ordered some virus test kits, so I wanted to go ahead and show you kind of what I've been doing. I only ordered 6 of them because they're really expensive. There's 2 brands. There's Agdia, which is actually more expensive than the one I bought, and then I found one from, I can't remember if it's Riga Bio or Rigo Bio, so I'll have to leave it in the description. So these are the plants that I pretty much tested. This one I have not. And I'll just kind of go through really quick and show you why I was curious. Because I'm still kind of trying to learn what a virused plant looks like. I'm sure you guys all know when you look at pictures online, you're like, but that doesn't look exactly like mine, but maybe. But that's just it. Every plant is different. So, I first had an issue actually with this one with mealybugs last week. But when I bought the plant, it had that, which was really concerning to me. And it's a few different spots in the plant. So I decided to go ahead and test this one, just given the fact that it had the mealybugs, and I didn't know if it was worth putting up with, because if it had a virus too, I wasn't going to. So this one actually tested negative. I'll show you the results. So that's good. It's got a new growth too, so I just have to be careful because it did have mealybugs. This one right here, I will be testing in a minute. Then we have my twinkle that actually bloomed pretty well for me, but I kept getting really concerning spotting on it. In fact, it was like way heavier up here, but I've been clipping the spots where I've been seeing it really bad because it just like doesn't look good at all. See the spotting there? When I posted on a forum, an orchid forum, people were telling me it was just probably bad watering habits, like not consistent. So, or the humidity. So yeah, it's kind of hard to see a little bit on here, but and like I said, I cut off where it was like a lot worse. But this one actually tested negative as well, so no issues there. Then I had an orchid. This is actually my first cattleya that I got to rebloom. My first like red flags, I guess, were again spotting on the leaves. It used to just be on one when I had first gotten it, and then also the streaking on the leaves here I thought was off. So yeah, just basically spotting, streaking. The new growth is actually these right here. And as you can see, they got smaller. So just the fact that like it has streaking, there's spots, the new growths were getting smaller on it. And then when it finally did bloom for me, the streaking on the flower right here, it's not the same, it's not symmetrical. So I've heard that that's a sign of virus as well. So with that being said, this was actually the first one that I tested. I'll go over and show you the test strips now. So this is one of the ones that was negative. That is the control line. And then this is the one with the flower and all the streaking. So as you can see, it tested positive for both viruses. So unfortunate because it's kind of sentimental to me, but I don't think it's worth keeping. So once the blooms are done, unfortunately we'll either see if anyone still wants it that doesn't have any other orchids, or I will toss it. So, and then this was the other one that tested negative. So I'll show you guys kind of how this works as best as I can with one hand. So they have these with the liquid in there. And then I had baggies. They did not give the baggies. I wasn't sure. Luckily I had some. But yeah. And then there's a test strip in here. So basically, this is the one I want to go ahead and test because of the streaking here. It's on both sides of the sleeve. And it's kind of like a thick, blobby. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem normal to me. And again, just I'm curious and learning. I decided to go ahead and try it. So I'm gonna try and pick a spot that's a little less conspicuous. You don't need a lot. I think they said like 5 millimeters, and they had an example. This might fall and I'll just pick it up. And they were showing it being like super sterile, and I probably should be, but honestly, like I did this a long time ago with another plant. Excuse me being in the lens. Oops, let me set this down for a sec. Okay, so I just put it in there, and then you're gonna take the liquid and you're gonna pour it in there too. And guys, sorry, I have no idea what's in the lens right now. Then you just feel it. Okay, so it's in there. There's a little bit of liquid in there. And then you're supposed to crush it. This is to get the, you know, some excretion into the liquid from the leaf cutting. So I just give it some good squishes. I do it until I pretty much like see the green coming out of the leaf. The green, or turning the liquid kind of greenish. Okay, so we're pretty good there. And then again, like they had this little like dripper that was sectioning the liquid out. I'm just cutting the other end and carefully like putting it back in the tube. Let's see if I can set this up. It's gonna probably move because it's just leaning on my legs. So I'm just pushing the liquid over to drip into the tube. I try to get as much as I can. Obviously, I'm sure that will help get a better test. Okay, I think that should be enough. Take a peek. Yeah, that's plenty. Okay, so when that's in there, you're going to take your test strip. Looks like this. And then you just drop it in. And actually, it has to wait 15 minutes, but it's been happening pretty fast. So we'll go ahead and watch this. See how it's starting there. My camera like doesn't like to focus when I zoom in. I think it already passed. That one's moving very quickly. Might have to turn the flash off so you guys can better see. This one isn't really testing normal. And the reason why I say that is because of the control lines on these. So, oh, it's starting to show up now. I was gonna say, that's concerning. The other ones, it happened like really fast. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this and I'll come back to it just because this one's processing a bit slower, but so far it looks so good. So yeah. Okay guys, I only gave it about 5 more minutes here. As you can see, we just have the control line here. So I think it's safe to say that this one too does not have a virus, so that's really good. Like I said, just that weird, like, bumpy, I don't know what it is, I'm still learning. But it was just a little concerning, but yeah, everything is good. So maybe it was bug damage or some sort of like rotting at some point. So yeah, let me know. Sorry, it's not focusing. If you guys have any questions on any of this, like I said, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description for the eBay seller that was selling these and maybe the actual website. So yeah, thanks guys.